From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar where everybody is welcome to have a seat, grab a beverage, and tell their story about what they're doing out there in Northeast Florida and beyond. It's game changer time here on the show, brought to you by our good friends at Hot Spring Spas. This is a special one today because this is about helping people. We love having philanthropic businesses, companies, organizations, what have you, people on the show, and we're going to talk about it here today. It's all about helping people on this segment, which I absolutely love. So let's welcome in the panel from here tomorrow. We'll start with Joe Kenney. Hi, Joe. How are you? Great to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here. Tell us in a nutshell what Here Tomorrow is all about, if you would, please.
I have to start with my son to make it make sense to you.
Okay.
6 years ago at about this time, my son was suffering from severe depression.
Okay.
And I had just sold my business, thought I'd retire and life was going to be fabulous. And what I found is my son and I trying to find an answer for him, trying to find an organization that can help someone who couldn't get out of bed, who had no reason to live, had no reason to be around. And I couldn't find it. And I'm a person who pretty much knows everybody.
Sure.
And knows how to get stuff done. And I couldn't find help for him, but I got him to move in with me. And for a year we worked together. I went to a psychiatrist to learn how to talk, what to do, how to be that person. Yep. But it wasn't enough. And on a Tuesday he told me, "Dad, you're my only friend. I can't do this. I have to be on my own because you're giving up your life." I says, "No, I'm making my life. This is the best thing ever." Yep. On Friday of that week, he took his life. And
sorry to hear that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And so at his funeral, probably because of a higher God, because I'm not all that smart, I decided I would start an organization that would save somebody else's daughter, somebody else's son, or somebody else's mother, or somebody else's father. And what we were going to do is put it together where it was people with lived experience, people who actually have been there, who have either attempted suicide or homeless or drug addicts and needed to turn their lives around and did. So I started that program 4 years ago in March with 3 other people and myself. And we got a few people coming in from the streets, a little bit of advertising, a little SEO programs.
Good.
Became the 211, reach out to, here's who you want to talk to. Because our program's a year. We work with you for a year. We work with you today.
Okay.
In 3 days, in 7 days, in 14 days for a year. We get you in therapy with a licensed therapist in 3 days, and we pay for it.
Yep.
There's no cost to anybody to do any of this stuff. After the first few months of 2 people and 3 people and 5 people, now we have 2,400 people that we call friends that we're working with.
Yep.
We're working with the military, we're working with first responders, we're working with teenagers. We're actually in Baptist Hospital. 2 of our staff are on their staff there who accept the people that have been Baker Acted and stuff.
Yep.
And when they release them, now they have a program where they can go and get help. And we work with them for a year. So it's something that never exists, doesn't exist anywhere in the United States.
Right. So
and probably because I'm not in a mental health field, I'm an entrepreneur. I create things that don't exist, kind of like what you've done here.
Sure, absolutely.
Except we get to have beer. So yours
it's a pretty good gig, John.
Yours is better. And then we just started attracting people that were like, "You're really doing that? Can I come to work there?" Miss Weaver was one of those. Okay.
Happy birthday, Ron.
She wore me out. And we were brand new.
Yeah.
And now we have a staff of 34.
That is great.
Of the people who work with you, who answer the phone, they're called Certified Crisis Peer Specialists.
Yeah.
They're licensed by the state.
Yep.
If you called, they'd say, Tom, me too.
Yeah.
I'm in therapy myself. I've been there. Yeah. I know where you are. I know the dark cloud in your head.
Right.
We can help with that. And we're going to start putting you on a program to get you out of there, to bring you to where your self-esteem becomes something that you start, I don't know if loving life yet, but we'll get you on the road to loving life.
Absolutely. That's great.
And
what's your son's name, Joe?
Gary.
Gary, well, God bless him, man. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. I know you guys are drawn to it. Tim Gildersleeve is here. Tim, you're putting on a great show. You're a musician, but what drew you to here tomorrow?
So I think, really what everything Joe just said as far as, all the barriers they're breaking in the mental health industry. I just got my degree from UNF in social work, and so, thank you. In a lot of the classes I took, we learned about the trouble that people have accessing health care, especially counseling health care in the United States. And so whenever I found out about Here Tomorrow and the fact that people can go get care for free, they can go get care when they need to, 24/7. If they need help getting a ride there, they can do it. It's in our local Beaches neighborhood. And so I just couldn't really think of a better organization to partner with. And, like Joe said, there genuinely is nowhere else in the country doing this, So,
absolutely fantastic.
I just thought that combining music and mental health would be, a good idea. And I just really want to, bring as much awareness as I can for their organization.
Music brings me a ton of happiness. I hope it does for everybody. You know what I mean? No matter what you're listening to. We'll talk about the event in just a minute. I want to say hi to Brannon Hicks. Hey, great to have you.
Thanks.
Now, are you a first responder, a former first responder?
I'm a retired first responder.
You're retired.
Now.
Thank you for your service. Appreciate that. How did you get into with Here Tomorrow?
A little over 2 years ago, I was recruited into Here Tomorrow. They wanted to start a program specific to first responders and military. And of course, as soon as I heard about it, I was in. I had that lived experience. I'm one of the people who works with people who are suicidal.
God bless you. That's great.
Peer specialists we're in recovery 2+ years. Sometimes things like mental health disorders, sometimes drug and alcohol addiction, but we've been there. And unfortunately, like Joe, I lost my boy Tyler to suicide when he was about 18 years old.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Sorry to hear that.
So for me, this is not a job, this is a mission. And I used to travel the country training law enforcement to survive violent assaults, but we lose far more to suicide. So now I feel like I'm in a position to do far more good than I ever have been.
That is fantastic. I mean, listen, you first responders and military, you don't know what you guys go through when you see things. My late father, he died a long time ago, but World War II prisoner of war, B-24 bomber pilot, they never had that diagnosis back then, but I know he was troubled by everything that he witnessed. I mean, it's just a tough thing, but thanks for what you guys are doing, man. This is absolutely great, and people can come to Here Tomorrow. You're located in Neptune Beach, right, the headquarters?
We are.
And they can come and get in on your program and help themselves out. That's fantastic.
They can come there, but we also do virtual work, so we can really help anybody anywhere. We can bring our full program to anyone in the state of Florida.
Beautiful. All right, Tim, tell us about the Together for Tomorrow, a evening of acoustic music with depth. I like it a lot.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
So it's going to be February 22nd at the Atlantic Beach Theaters.
Okay. Nice.
Doors are going to be at 5, show at 6. The music's going to start off with Robert Lester Folsom. He's been making music for over 50 years and now recently moved to the city of Jacksonville.
Okay, cool.
And we've got Sunchild, Caitlin Mahoney, Corey Kilgannon, and Howdy Tunes.
Cool, man. There's a lot of great musical talent in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a ton. They're all over the place, too. It's really a cool scene, in Jayville that doesn't get talked about enough.
100%.
I don't think. Good. Well, guys, keep up the great work. This is really enlightening and special, and I thank you for sharing your story, feeling comfortable enough to share your story with me here on the show. Really appreciate it. God bless both your sons and you guys, and doing all this great work. Here Tomorrow, where can they find you online? HereTomorrow.com? What's the
.org.
What's that? .org. HereTomorrow.org. Please check that out. If you know of anybody in your circle, know a friend of a friend that needs help, that needs some kind of guidance because they just can't get through it by themselves, please check out HereTomorrow.org. Until next time, stay safe out there and be cool and take care of one another. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.